that music. I could just dance to it all night. How are you,
It
Janine?
is. It's so catchy. I am good, Sara, and how are you?
Good. Good this side of the ocean. Well, we cross an ocean. Good this side of the planet, anyway, of this world. So yeah,
Well,
we had a week off last week, but we're back.
yes, we are back. So welcome back to the Woman Wise podcast. I am your host, Janine Lingenfelder, and of course, together my amazing partner, Sara. So, Sara, tell us, who do we have with us today?
Well, we have an extremely exciting and phenomenal guest who is an absolute true force to be reckoned with. It's Nousheen Mukhtar. She's a visionary founder and CEO of Impact Events and Publishers LLC. Nousheen's Marketing Management International and Stylfemina have transformed the kingdoms of marketing and public relations. Beginning with Writerz Galore in Pakistan, she built a global empire, launching multiple successful ventures. Renowned for her strategic acumen, relentless pursuit of excellence, Nousheen's firms lead industry-defining events and champion sustainability. And her empowering leadership and commitment to innovation have garnered her prestigious awards, solidifying her status as a transformative force in business and, in particular, women's empowerment. Nousheen, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It was lovely, lovely, lovely to hear both of you talk together. And now I'm the partner in crime.
Yes, indeed. Welcome on the show. Wow, what an inspiring journey by the sounds of that bio. Building a global empire in Pakistan to a leading multiple success ventures. That is fantastic. So, Nousheen, please tell us a little bit about your journey.
Sure. Thank you so much, first of all, for inviting me and offering me this opportunity to have a great conversation with both of you. I'm sure we're all going to enjoy together and have a great time. I started in early 2011, and I did not know at that time where I was headed. All I knew was I'm just exercising my natural talents and I'm going to do something more professional than working in a job. I was not. I was not using my 100% of potential in my jobs that I did before 2011. And since Dubai is the land of opportunities where everybody can be what they want to be, I decided, all right, I will take the leap and let's see where we land. So I started my very first venture in Pakistan in 2012. The reason I chose Pakistan is it's very easy to register a business and create a legal entity and operate. And then Pakistan is a land of talent as well. So it was very easy for us to find human resource in Pakistan. And we started as a content creation agency, which was called Dynasty Technologies. It was a tech company. We were taking care of the digital presence of our clients, plus creating amazing websites for businesses. That's 2014. It was amazing. That was the beginning of my professional journey. I was quite young, and when we used to prospect, some of our clients used to smile. They used to think that perhaps I'm new. I was new to tech world, honestly, at that time. So it was an experience. As I continued my journey, I learned, and that has been the best part. So I learned many things. I learned to be a better human, first of all. I learned to be a better person to myself. I learned to be a better professional. I learned to be a better mom. And all of this was possible because I took the leap, honestly, and I trusted my own capabilities. I trusted the opportunities that I could foresee, and it worked. And today we are Impact Events, Impact Publishers, Impact Corporate Services, Nousheen Marketing Management, and two of our magazines, including Impactpreneur and Style Femina.
Wow, that's incredible. So I'm always curious when someone's working in a job as opposed to they're running their own companies and being an entrepreneur. What was it that you felt wasn't challenging enough or wasn't really using your talents? Like when you were in those situations, what was inside of you? What were you feeling that you really needed to do more of?
So I did not want children to do things like, okay, let me tell you, I worked as a teacher initially, and I was a writer at heart. So while I was working before 2011 as a teacher, I was writing poems and I was writing magazine reviews and I was writing articles that were published and celebrated and were appreciated, and I loved that. At that time, writing was not a profession for me. I was only doing it for leisure. And sometimes, if a magazine and newspaper send gifts or some endorsement in terms of some cash, I'd be like, "Oh yes, this is amazing," and I loved it. That was encouragement. So, as a professional teacher, the scope was quite limited. I was supposed to follow the curriculum and I was supposed to take care of certain deliverables, and that's it. So the natural part where I was learning and evolving as a professional, learning to write for the web, learning to write for magazines, learning to write for newspapers, and thinking critically, I felt that we were not incorporating all those activities into what I was doing as a professional, because obviously it was a different stream. And one of my friends at that time approached me for some work in curriculum development, and I truly enjoyed it. However, on my job, I was supposed to do limited activities, and I was not supposed to go into creative developmental work, and that's where I felt frustrated, and I was like, ouch, maybe I need to change the stream, do something different. And then I was like, okay, if I go and follow this line where I'm gradually evolving, maybe the potential, the opportunities for using my potential is greater. And I went for that, and it just was amazing. It was an experience through and through.
Yeah, I think,
That's amazing.
yeah, because I mean, my heart's in education, and not in the way that obviously you were being sort of
Mm,
frustrated and restricted, but actually in that very area of how do we actually expand minds, and how do we help people to think outside the box rather than having these sort of limitations? Because I think one of the sad things is that schools never prepare entrepreneurs, but
yeah.
entrepreneurs will definitely try to break out of, whether they're a teacher or a student, to break out of that
Mm,
mold. And I always think it's fascinating to see, it's like you can't keep
yes.
nature down. Even if you concrete over a path, you'll
Mm,
always see, nature will push through. And
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
when someone's got that nature to push through, it's always amazing to see which way it goes.
Perseverance.
yes, so I used my skills I honed through my teaching experience later on in HR development, when I was training my teams to create better content, training my teams to do better SEO, training my teams to opt for a better design, understanding what branding a client needs. And I created those training programs from scratch through
Wow.
research and through some of my experiences that I gained through my previous work as a teacher. So I continued that in a different way to a different age group, and I enjoyed that part. I really enjoyed that part.
It's phenomenal. And I think that's also the one thing about learning things through your journey. It helps us, it almost increases our adaptability to change in our lives. And it's remarkable with all the changes that you have gone through and what you've done with all the various businesses. So you are clearly a strategic person. Um, can you tell us a little bit of, you know, what does success mean to you in today's world with everything that you've been through? What would you say success looks like?
I believe success means how many hearts you live in, how many people you make happy. That's it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
How many hearts you live in. That is beautiful.
So before 2019, let me share a little bit how I came across this definition of success. Before 2019, we were working only as a business for the purpose of running a business. We had clients, we had a strategy for acquiring clients, we had a strategy for serving clients, we had metrics and things like that. And I did not go at that time for anything which is closer to being a socialite, apart from hosting professional networking events, which we started in 2016 and continued till 2019. In 2019, I felt that more was needed. I felt that we are only connected with people we are serving and we are always hunting clients, and that is all we do. So I felt a level of shallowness there. I thought more is needed. And then I sat down and I started examining the entire operational as well as developmental processes in my business. So at that time, we were Dynasty Technologies, we were Writerz Galore, and we were also Yes Gulf. In 2018, we had Stylfemina, and Stylfemina was there at that time when I was sitting and thinking. So uh, after my reflections on the way we were operating the businesses, I came across this very strong and very powerful feeling that we are just another business. We are not different. We are operating like all businesses conventionally operate. And that is not enough. Something else has to be done to make things more purposeful, to make our existence more meaningful, not just myself, but also for all the people who are working with us. So I sat down and I thought about it very closely, and I came to the conclusion that we have to reach to people's hearts. We have to serve people in true sense of the word. So how do we do that? Then I sat down and I wrote the definition of what exactly and what areas are we going to cover when you're trying to win hearts. The first one was empowering people around us, in specific women, because I felt during my experience that sometimes I was underestimated on the basis of gender. Sometimes I also experience that we as women feel less confident about many decisions that we make. And choice making makes us very, very nervous, not just myself, but there were many women around me I was observing. Then I also felt women need a room of their own. They like to have something of their own. They do not like everything to be out there. I totally respect that. And I came to the idea that I have to work towards women empowerment in multiple ways. First one, to have a community which is for women by a woman. Second, to create a platform where women are acknowledged and brought forward, and that also should be by a woman. And thirdly, to create more opportunities for women. And creating opportunities is where the challenge is, because it's not easy to bring forward things that would benefit majority of the people, majority of the stakeholders. So you have to hunt for them, you have to create, you have to go back, improvise, you have to every year do something different that will attract more and more and will actually lead somewhere for the people. So we came up with the idea that yes, we are going to work towards women empowerment in a very different way, where multiple streams tie together to achieve those objectives. We are going to work towards innovation, and we're going to foster innovation, be it done by men or women or entities. We are going to support that. And we also thought that we have to go a little bit larger than that. We have to go a little bit larger in terms of going global, and we have to make sure that different countries are interacting through our activities and are ensuring economic diplomacy, and there is development happening. So all these need to be catered to. And when I saw that these three areas are where we can very strongly make a difference, then I aligned all of our businesses. Some of them were reborn in 2020, because obviously we had to redefine everything to make sure that they are properly aligned and they are operating their activities that are helping us, all three of these. It's a lot, I know.
Wow. Well, I think that's incredible,
Beautiful.
because I think so many people, just as you said, you're just running a business, and even if it's very successful, it's like, okay, that's it. That's basically our aim. We've met our aim. And then maybe you're doing other things outside the business to help other people, but it's like the business is kind of kept separate. But I think to bring those that vision and that mission into the business and decide actually everything is going to be aligned, I think is remarkable. So I know though that, well, we had a chat with you a couple of weeks ago when we met you to discuss the podcast, and you were telling us about some big challenges that you've actually been through. And I think it's always amazing to see people when they're successful, but to know their journey and how they got there is really where the sort of the key lessons that can be shared. So, can you share some of your sort of biggest challenges and how you overcame them?
Yes, so I had many of them, of course. I've been an entrepreneur for more than 11 years now. So during my journey, initially it was very difficult to build credibility and to convince the clients and the people around you that yes, they should trust you with your work. We were working towards branding, towards techno, like a lot of tech work involved. I'm not tech qualified, like I had no degree in tech, right? I had just had people, a good team who worked with me. So when we went to the meetings and all that, I always found it very hard to win people over so that they could trust us for the services that we provide. Many would come and say, okay, you are based out of this, and you have an office here. Why not here? You're not big enough. You're not tall enough. You're not influential enough. People you want to work with might come up with a lot of questions, and they might come up with requirements that you are not able to fulfill, right? If your office is in a certain area, you cannot change just because you want to win a deal. So that building credibility, building trust initially was a challenge. It was, but with more experience, with more time, with more brands trusting us for services, that was overcome. Second challenge was HR, finding the best HR, involving them, making them understand where we are headed, why we are together, why we need to work, what are the best ways of performing in this system, has been a challenge, not an easy one.
I can't even imagine what you've been through with that specifically.
So what, what,
Yes.
what did you what did you specifically do? What was your sort of big lesson then and takeaway in terms of working with people, particularly if you want to get them aligned to your own vision?
It's very important for your team to understand you and be on the same page. Like if you are on a mission, they have to join you on that mission as a team and have to work beside you. They have to take pride in what all of you are doing together. If that is not happening, it's going to be very difficult for all of you to stay tied up and work. Then they have to also be able to visualize the future like you are doing. It's not easy. I'm telling you, it's very, very challenging. They have to be able to manifest the future that you are able to manifest. If that's not happening, they will not be satisfied with what they're doing. They might have insecurities. They might get lots of problems as a result. Then trainings are very, very important. Time and on, again and again, I have been a part of my team very closely. I've been working with them on the same desk. I've been working with them on the same page. Many of the trainings were conducted by myself so that they could understand how I want to perform for all those people who are trusting us. And that took a lot of time, that took a lot of energy, a lot of effort on my side, plus on the team's side as well. But a very good way of aligning your team with the mission and having them working in the same direction as you wish them to do is to be with them first, to
Yes.
remain approachable, to stay in closer contact with them, to run the system with them. You have to step into the waters to do it. That's what I believe is the best strategy. It has worked that way.
Yeah, I think it's the same as what we want our clients. We want our clients to trust us. And I think it's the same when you have a team. Your team needs to be able to trust you to also then be part of the vision and actually see what you see when it comes to the future and what the company can actually do together. And it is hard work. You 100% correct there. But I think with everything that we go through and what you've been through, the journey is exciting. Even though it's hard, I think it's still an exciting journey because of your vision and what you want to change in the future. And I think sustainability is clearly a big part of what you are doing in this world.
Yes.
So well done for all of that as well, Nousheen. Really
Thank you.
awesome.
When you talk about sustainability, I often think that um, a large part of sustainability in business, especially, comes from the frequency and the passion with which the leadership is pursuing a company's objectives and goals.
Mm.
Then the consistency and aggression, the consistency and frequency. If that is not there, you will have problems with the cash flow.
Mm. For sure.
Absolutely.
It's very,
Well, what's coming to mind actually? Unfortunately, she passed away after I did a course. It was called Conversational Intelligence. It was a woman called Judith Glazier. Don't know if you've ever heard of her. But one of the things that she talked about in companies to be able to actually achieve the vision, that they've set for a company, especially when you have a big company and lots of different types of people working together in lots of different areas. The three conversational sort of levels you've got. One is just transactional. So that would be someone saying, okay, did you send that letter? Okay, what did that person say? Like, there's nothing really,
Oh, we lost Sarah.
Am I back?
Oh, we lost Sara. Are you there?
Sorry. The
She's
internet.
back.
I'm back. So one of the things is transactional conversations are just an exchange of information. They're not really doing anything for each other. It's like the information's there. Anyone could be passing that information back and forth. And then the second level is normally where companies that's where they exist, which is it looks like it's a transformational conversation, but really there's one person in charge and they're the ones who will have the final say. And what she discovered was that to have a truly transformational conversation, first of all, you have to be vulnerable and you have to be open to being wrong. And she would always get the top executives, they'd be in the room with their teams and she'd say, right, take your tie off. If it's a man, take your tie off, roll your sleeves up, take your jacket off. You're going to be one of them. You've got to be, we're all equal in the sense that our ideas are all as valid. And I think it's such a powerful concept to think of being in the water with your team. You're not standing on the side with a whistle, kind of blowing at them. You're actually bringing them along, and they see that you are trustworthy because you're showing them the way. You're not just telling them what to do. You're not just kind of barking at them.
and very true. And time and again, we have to actually step into everything, step into the field, and lead by example, because that's the only way of getting everything right and making things go in the perfect way. It's important.
For sure.
Indeed.
But you had a big challenge in 2019.
Oh, yeah.
You are literally like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Yes, very true. So in 2019, that was the make me or break me part. So in 2019, we had Burak Media, which was a media company. It was supposed to work as PR and media. So media buying was one of our activities apart from PR. Through and through, we had 12 activities. It was huge. And in its first year, it was not working. The reason being that we did not have very influential media partners. Secondly, we were sandwiched. So our clients from PR side wanted it to be a PR deal, and the partners from the media side wanted it to be an advertising deal. So we were sandwiched. The media was not coming to its let me say transactional system where they would accept the PR part. The PR clients were not coming towards media buying, and we were like, oh my goodness, how we strike a balance. It was very difficult. We had just very few deals during that year, very few successful deals. And end of the year, I decided we have to close it because it's just not running the way we anticipated it will run. And there was no profit at all. There was loss for us. So
it's so hard to do to close it. Not a business when you've invested.
So I was so confident, Sara, at that time when I was registering the company. I was thinking, okay, no problem. We are going to build media contacts and everything is going to be perfectly all right. But things did not work that way. We had time and again, different meetings with different media channels, with newspapers, so many entities. And the ice was not melting. We were not coming to an agreement, and things were not going well. So I was living in a lot of stress in
I was
2019.
going to say how
Yes.
how do you for you, because everyone has their own way of dealing with a situation like that. What was it that got you through? Because obviously, the ultimate end was that you had to shut the company down. So I mean, you must have been so torn between obviously making it work, keeping your staff, but also recognizing the reality. How did you cope with that? What are your strategies for things like that?
So, although I shut down the company end of 2019, I did not stop building the media connections. I did not stop at that.
I don't think anything could stop you, actually, by the sounds of it. I think it would be. I don't know what it would do.
I was like, no way, I cannot give up. I'm going to crack it. So I continued, and I worked on two different ways. First thing, I continued building our relationships, continued talking to different entities, and I realized the vulnerabilities in that area. I also understood that if you really are like consistent in your communication, they will come up with a great way of balancing things out instead of staying on the offensive. So yes, by 2020, when I registered again in June, so we closed down everything with the COVID-19 because nobody knew what's going to happen and what will happen to different entities. So we had to, and we did. So we closed everything down. We stopped operating Guest Gulf. We stopped operating Broad Media. We closed Dynasty Technologies. And Writerz Galore we closed in 2018. So in 2020, then I had to, like I have told you before, a few minutes back, how I came across the idea of how we are going to reach the hearts of the world, what difference we are going to make, what are the areas and what services we are going to provide. So I came up with a new business model. PR remained in its place and is now Nousheen Marketing Management International, and is serving clients ever since 2020. Yeah, so it was formed in June 2020 and is successfully running and is a PR marketing agency. So we made media connections. We are on very good terms with them, but we did not stop just at that. We launched our own media also, and that is Impact Publishers. Last year, its name was slightly different because the activity was limited. This year, we expanded the activity and changed the name into Impact Publishers. So it provides multiple levels of services. One is it publishes two magazines, which is Stylfemina and Entrepreneur, and it also offers book publishing services to thought leaders. This is something we started this year. Considering that this was the need of many of our clients and they looked towards us for that. So we said, why not? We will serve them. Now we have our own media, plus we have media relations, and everything is stable. We've been serving our clients in multiple ways. We've been providing them the press release distribution, all the PR services that are there. Things that were not working in 2019 went very well from 2020 onwards. So we did not give up. Then, apart from the media thing, we continued with the marketing services that were initially the part of Dynasty Technologies, but not in the same style. We changed the scope of service. We came to business relationship building, where we introduce B2B entities and we build their business relationship for the terms of growth. We do it globally. We do it here, we do it between countries, we do it between corporate, we do lots of stuff there, which is very good and very positive. So yes, we overcame the challenge that was there in 2019, and we are very happy.
It sounds like, the minute you changed your intention, and what you were really doing, everything fell into place. Whereas it's like, I always maintain that everything happens for a reason. If you struggle with something, When people ask me, what should I do? I always say, well, there's probably two reasons why you're struggling. One, maybe you're not supposed to be doing that. Maybe that's just not for you. And no matter how much energy and effort you put into it, it's never going to work. Or maybe it's just not the right time or the right way. So, I think it sounds like, that intention was such a huge part of your current success and your, obviously growing success with what's happening. And we talked as well about, your ambitions in terms, again, of continuing to empower women. And this, it was like a global, so I can't remember, I don't have my notes because they're downstairs, but it was a global hub to be able to actually connect countries. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes. So we launched a women leadership program in the idea was conceived in late 2020, but we launched it in June 2021 when the first program was launched. So the purpose was to bring women together and to create the ecosystem where there is more deep trust. There are a lot of referrals. Everybody supports everybody else, be it young entrepreneurs or very seasoned, very successful corporate leaders. Everybody should be offering support to each other. The first conference was launched in June 2021. That was a time when very few people used to go to events. We had more than 100 guests in the room and we had quite a few speakers. It went very well. And that gave me the hope that yes, the program has potential. It is attracting the right kind of voices, the voices that really need to be heard, and I should not stop.
Oh, wow.
And then I decided that with time we will improvise and we will add more activities. So now, fast forward to the present, we have still Women Leadership Program, which has become a part of Impact Leadership Program. So Impact Leadership Program is a leadership development program that works in limited way. Like we are not doing end-to-end trainings. I'm not a trainer. So we are not doing end-to-end trainings, but what we are doing here is we are providing a platform to all leaders from any part of the world for connectivity. We provide a platform to leaders from any part of the world, both men and women, for generating referrals. We provide platform for both men and women from all parts of the world to be recognized, respected, and endorsed for their efforts. That is why we have categories for emerging entrepreneurs, emerging business leaders, we have for seasoned business leaders, we have for leaders who have done well in 1 year also. So it's quite extended. Then we offer opportunities to our leaders who have become a part of the program to run workshops for everybody who could join us. The workshops are by registration, anybody can register for them. But they learn from it. They're of extremely trustworthy quality and are result oriented. The purpose is again to serve people, to create opportunities so that everybody learns and is empowered and is growing.
So it
It's
sounds
coming
like
back to touching hearts. Sorry.
So that one woman leadership conference has brought us to this.
amazing. So it's like almost like a pay it forward sort of philosophy. So can you give an example of someone who started out maybe as an emerging entrepreneur and is now one of your leaders? Can you give us some of
Sure.
your success
So a
stories?
very young person came to one of our networking events when we were Yes Gulf long time back in 2017 or 16. And she was not an entrepreneur at that time. She was looking for a job. Then she came back to us in 2021 during first woman leadership summit. And she informed me that she has launched a new business, which is called Launch She. It's a beautiful business. I'm proud of her. She's very close to my heart. And I embraced her and I told her, this is fabulous. We stand by you. She attended the conference, she spoke there. She had a stall to present her business to all the people who were involved. Then she joined us again the same year, I think, for Women Entrepreneurship Conference in November as well. She is now a very established business leader. She has grown her business extensively, is very well connected, and is making it amazing. So, her business is also about woman empowerment. She empowers younger women who have ideas but do not have the knowledge or the resources to create those ideas into scalable businesses. So, she helps them in
Wow,
launching a business, growing a business, and even attracting funding towards a business.
that is
Oh, wow. That
amazing.
is
And
so
we keep talking about the younger generation. You know, how can we help them? But it sounds like she's actually taking the lead.
I'm happy that we met her. I'm happy that the first exposure, the first larger exposure for her was through what we were doing. I'm very happy that she has been a part of our activities. I'm very happy we provided her services when she premiered her first film in Vogue Cinemas. I'm very happy and very proud
Wow,
of the fact that she's winning.
what
incredible.
a testimony to what you do, and the impact that you've made through the first like visit. The magic really started there. That it's just so beautiful, and I love the fact that everything you do is you're trying to fix people's crowns, making sure that they are uplifted all the time with everything that you do. You are so awesome. My,
I will not take the credit. I will not take the credit. No,
Plan
so
today.
you
it's
should.
actually
You should take credit because it's what you do that makes the impact. And of course, the people work hard to also get to where they want to be. And it's really you're such a champion of a woman with all the empowerment that you're doing. I think my question would be is what advice would you give to those who aspire being a leader like yourself?
like themselves, not like me. Because everyone has their own dreams and their own aspirations and their own potential. So they have to be the best version of themselves. And in that, they will excel. So, my message for everyone is to listen to your heart, understand yourself, pursue your dreams, exercise your passion, build everything through it, and don't let anything stop you.
Fantastic advice. I love that.
Thank you.
Powerful message. Oh,
Okay, what
um,
has been your
so
inspiration? My question now. What inspired both of
who are
you
you
to launch
asking?
Wise? Yes, both of you.
Sarah, you go.
I'm going to let Janine answer. Well, I'm actually going to let you answer, Janine, because you're not going to believe this. My battery, I'm having the worst technical hitches on this side.
Oh dear.
My power cable is somewhere else. So if you lose me, just please keep going. I will come back in whenever I can. So, Janine, I'm going to let you go ahead and answer that question while I run and get my power cable. So hopefully you'll have answered it by then.
Shame. Technology can be our friend, but can sometimes just unravel a few things. I think what inspires me specifically is the light bulb moment when people realize that they actually have the magic within them um, to be the fullest human that they are. I always say, no one can be youer than you. And if someone at least is on your path, helping you achieve that, that is inspiration through and through. And especially also if you hear that you've helped someone and they are thriving in their
Good.
lives continuously, is it that it's just it's so it helps me and my inner fire to even give more, because adding value to someone else's lives and someone else's journey, nothing can beat that. Money can't buy that.
Yes.
Nothing can beat that. And yeah, that to me is what's truly inspiring for me. And I
And
think
I'm
Sarah
sure.
has got
Yes.
her own version of that as well. And I think this is where what we're trying to do with Women Wise as well is is creating that platform for people to come to and actually just be themselves and share their stories, because as you mentioned earlier, we don't always see the struggles and the hurdles that we had to go through to reach the success that we have today. And it's all about what our mission is with Women Rise as well, is to empower and inspire women in Dubai, truly showcasing their journeys and their achievements. And it's, I think the best thing that you've mentioned earlier as well is our future generation. We have to look at them.
Yes. I feel, Janine, there is a lot of noise out there. There is a lot of pressure as well with that noise. So, us as, let me say myself as a mother, and of course, Sara is also a mom. So, us as
Back.
moms, welcome back. So, us as moms and us as people who are on a mission to make this world a better place, we strongly have to focus on the fact that we are creating a better future. And one big part of creating the better future is through support that we can offer without thinking about what we can get out of that. So, a lot of things that we do are not focused on getting something in return. It's only important for us because that is our responsibility as humans to serve others. This is what I believe in. So when I said that I will not take credit of all the things that we do, it's because if someone has been closer to us, it's a blessing for us. If we've been a part of their journey and through some role that we have played for them, to make something better, something easier for them, then that was perhaps an obligation on our part and an honor for me that they came to us. I cannot say that they are successful because of me. I cannot say that. I will not say that.
Well, I think this is music to our ears because, I'm not sure what Janine said. I'm going to have to listen back now to the podcast to hear her answer as I ran down 2 flights of stairs. But I think in terms of being almost a witness to someone's journey is so powerful, and I think to give that platform, and you might not take credit for their success, but I think having belief and having that openness and that ability to, offering that to people to be able to come to you and talk to you and get your, expertise and your help. I think it just plays such a valuable part. I don't think you can ever really put, what that's worth to people on that. And I think if the world was full of more people like you, Nousheen, I think we would be in a much, much better place.
Oh, for sure.
Thank you. I'm so glad we met, and I'm so glad we had a conversation.
No, it's been.
And this is going to be the first of many. I can feel that. I think that there's a lot of synergy between Janine, myself, and yourself, even not just from the Women Wise point of view, but actually in terms of our real jobs, because this is a passion project. But we do really, really believe in it. We do see that it has an important role to play in showcasing. It is passion. It is about showcasing other people's passion. And I think, as Janine said, when we met, we were so blown away by the women that we were meeting in Dubai, their stories, their struggles, and then the successes. And I think, I've listened to lots of podcasts with very successful people, and they don't always share their struggles. They just sort of talk about the successes. And I think it's really important for people to recognize that to be successful, you have to have your fair share of failures, because otherwise, how do you learn and how do you grow? And I think that, as I said, the sort of almost like the core message I've got from talking to you today is that unless you're coming from the true intention and a really genuine intention, you can put all the effort of the world into it, but it's like something blocks you until you actually just connect with that.
Yes, very true, very true. And the courage to face challenges comes from the most pure of your intentions. You get courage only from within. You can share your problems everywhere. You can talk to a lot of people. You can try different external methods, but everything is always within. The true strength is within. The true talent, the true courage, everything is within. And that's how You will find it through reflection, spending time with yourself, trusting yourself, giving yourself the opportunity to actually learn from all the challenges that are around you and grow out of situations. If us as women do not do that, and when we do not do that, and we let people victimize us, circumstances victimize us, situations victimize us, it's then when we are losing. But when we intentionally stop taking victimization as victimization, and we say, okay, this is my chance to prove something, and I'm going to do that no matter what, no matter how broken or resourceless I am, I'm still going to do it. It's at that time, with that courage, that any woman can rise. That's what I believe.
I
So I
think
have to
you
ask, go on, Janine. Sorry.
No,
We've
sorry,
both got
I
so
was
many questions for you.
I'm just thinking now that you kind of hit the nail on the head there, the word that you used, intentional. I think sometimes we don't intentionally do things. And yeah, so that's just one of the words that really stood out to me when you were talking now. Do it intentionally, because once you do that, everything else will fall in place.
Yes.
And I have to ask, I'm assuming no one underestimates you anymore.
Oh my God, I cannot help but laugh.
I think it's true, Sara. I think it's true. There's nothing this
Well,
woman cannot do.
I think they would be treading on very thin ice if they decided to underestimate Nousheen after this.
No, nobody says that.
Oh, you're so humble, Nousheen. I don't think you realize the impact that you are making and have made. And I think with talking
Actually,
to you tonight,
yes.
yeah,
The
I
fact
think
is,
you touched
Janine,
a lot of
I'm
hearts.
so truly happy. This is the most fulfilling phase of my life when I'm very comfortable with everything around me. I'm happy. I'm extremely happy from within. I'm satisfied with my work. I have so many happy faces around me. And I'm blessed. What else do I need?
Well, you can see
I feel the
you're glowing
blessings.
from the inside, and I think that really does come
It
across.
shines through. Absolutely agree. Oh, inspiring the wisdom that you share today. I absolutely love it. It's been an absolute treat having you on the show and hearing everything that you've been through from all your struggles. And today you're running so many success businesses. It's fantastic. It is absolutely. I can't wait to hear what you're like in February next year. If we have another conversation, I'm like, oh, and there she goes. Nousheen's got something else. Oh, there she is.
I bet.
So
So
what
we
are
are
your
going to Istanbul in October. Did I tell
I
you
was
that?
going to say, what's coming up
Okay.
for you?
Uh,
Where can people find you? So you're going to be in Istanbul, and is that another
Yes.
leadership?
So here is the thing. Uh, we've been saying global, 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 and global, global, global. So let me explain how it happened. When the world saw our women leadership program, a lot of people were automatically attracted and they trusted it. So in June 2023, we had 22 countries participating in Global Women Leadership Program.
Wow, fantastic.
Then, yes, in January 2023, we had around 12 countries in the conference. In January 2024, we had 14 countries. In June 2024, we had 18 countries participating. I said, okay, why always Dubai? Let's now go places and take everybody to places. Let's explore more avenues. Not just myself, it's not just for me, it's for all the people who are part of the leadership program. So we are now going to have an exploratory mission where we meet world leaders in different destinations and we create programs in alliance with them. So now, this year, we are going to Istanbul. This is our first destination, inshallah, and I'm praying that it goes very well and we achieve all of our objectives happily and we we have another jewel in our crown to talk about after that. The purpose again is to tap into an ecosystem with a stronger ecosystem that we have created and expand it so that more and more people could become a part of it and benefit from the kind of networking that we are able to offer, and which is of course a blessing for us. That's the plan.
Oh, exciting,
I'm sure it's
exciting
going to be
times.
incredible,
Wow.
incredible.
Thank
Well,
you. I get butterflies, but I hope that everything will go well. I'm praying day in, day out. Ya Allah, everything should go well.
Everything will work out indeed. When is it going to be happening in Istanbul?
So we have created 3 nights in Istanbul, fourth, the night of fourth, fifth, and sixth. So we will be spending 3 nights in, let me say, business networking. So Impact CEO Conference is the title of the conference, and it will be happening on 5th of October in Istanbul, in the heart of Istanbul, in Old Town probably. And then on 6th, we are planning sightseeing and tours for recreational and closer networking, because it's when all the work is done, because it's obviously for everyone an agenda on the first day. The second day, we are relaxing and we are talking about how we are going to work together. What affiliations are we forming? Which businesses is plugging into which one in order to grow? And that's how it is. So, inshallah, this is also global, and we will have multiple leaders from different countries joining us. We are open to all industries. We want maximum number of industries tapping into. We kept 3 major themes for that, one of which is technology and how the evolution of AI is impact AI, metaverse, and Web3, because these three are revolutionary. How they're changing the spectrum of business and business leader. What a digital leader needs to ensure to make sure that everything is growing and going well, is at pace with the evolution. So that is one of the themes, and then leadership styles, then striking the balance, the gender bias, elimination of gender bias in leadership. So these are our themes, and I'm looking forward to have maximum participation in this project so that we have a lot of stories to share in the next podcast.
yeah.
Inshallah.
Absolutely. Touching more hearts in October. How exciting. This
Well, I've
is
never been to Istanbul. Have you been, Janine? We might have to go as the
it
webinar
is on that wish list. You know that wish list. It is on there for sure. I believe it's a beautiful place. So yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Sure, you're more than welcome to join us. It will be an exciting journey for all of us.
Sounds amazing, and it sounds like it's again, it's thinking about things and not just one, dimension. It's that multiple dimension. It's the layers. It's bringing so many people together. And I think something like that, obviously well, it was like just a simple networking, very powerful networking that Janine and I met at, and this podcast came out of. Imagine 3 days on that level. I mean, I think some incredible alliances, collaborations, ideas will definitely emerge from that.
Yes, definitely.
The impact will
This
be
is
made
what we
for
are
sure.
going for. Yes.
Wow.
So where can people find you if they want to connect with you, if they want to tap into, what you offer, or to ask advice? Where's the best place that people can locate you online?
I'm everywhere.
There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Well done. Everywhere.
So you just have to Google my name, Nousheen Mukhtar. You will get everything: the phone numbers, the emails, the social media, the articles, the everything. I'm afraid of it sometimes.
We will put some links underneath here as well. But yeah, we always encourage people to do their own digging and
I have a
research.
website. I have 6 to 7 websites as well. You guys can find me easily. You can find the businesses also. Everything
It'll be a
is.
full-time job keeping up with you.
Yeah, I think she's got a lot of virtual assistants and secretaries to ensure that everything goes smoothly. Because all those websites, can you imagine? Oh, you are such a success ball of just energy. I absolutely love what you do and how you do it and the impact that you make. So I think success is yours to define. And it's just lovely to have you on the podcast. And thank you once again for joining us. We are basically almost at the end of the show.
I know. And nearly an
Crazy
hour has
how
gone by
time
yet
flies.
again. And, I think
Thank you
hopefully
so
the
much.
conversation has really inspired
It's
people.
been an absolute pleasure to be with both of you today. We chose the name Impact for the group because of the fact that we intend to make an impact that lasts longer than everything.
Yeah, I love it.
Beautiful.
I think it's just totally in line with what Janine and I are about, and particularly this podcast. It really is to inspire people and to help them know that success isn't always easy, but with the right vision, the right intention, and as you said, touching people's hearts, it's
And
going
I
to be a
think
win.
support system plays a big role. Who's your cheerleaders? And if
Yes,
Nousheen is your cheerleader, nothing can stand in your way.
very true, very true. And I believe that at the moment, not just at the moment, from many years, we've been relying on our network, rolling out ideas, meeting with new people, meeting with different business owners, connecting with people from various industries, and refusing to limit ourselves to just a single industry. That has been the thing that has actually helped us. So, staying open, staying approachable, extensive networking, consistent planning, good strategy, execution on time, creating resources because I was not provided with resources, honestly. They did not come to me in a plate. I had to create them from scratch. Everything had to come through creation. Like, if you have heard me before, when I was talking about my initial journey somewhere else, I started with nothing. I just left my job and I thought, okay, let's continue with my work of writing and see what I can make through it. And with that little amount of money and the money we earned through each of our projects and how we saved and reinvested it back into the system to multiply it, to help the system grow, to strengthen it, to create sustainability. It's been a ride, an
Well,
enjoyable ride.
yeah, I mean, I just think it's incredible. I think, again, in the universe, everything comes from nothing. So
Yes.
actually, really having that starting point is truly, it gives hope to so many other people as well who think, no, I have to have everything, all my ducks have to be in a row before I'll do anything. And the reality is, taking risks, it's a big part of success.
Very true.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you
Exactly.
so much for tonight.
Thank you for
Nousheen,
being here.
thank
You're an
you. Oh
extraordinary
my gosh.
woman.
Amazing. And we will definitely, this is the first of many conversations, I'm sure. So we would like to thank Nousheen Mukhtar for being our amazing guest this evening. To those of you we'd like to thank our viewers who support us, week in, week out. We are going to take a little break for the summer. As people can see, my internet's not great, and so it's proving a bit of a challenge to keep the podcast going over the July and August. But we will be back, absolutely bigger and stronger than ever. And who knows where we're going to be going from the end of August, where we'll pick up with our next guest at that time. And to our viewers, if you have enjoyed this show, if you've found it inspiring and you'd like to support Janine and I, there will be a link below the video for a Buy Me a Coffee donation that will help Janine and I to take this podcast higher and further into the field.
Changing hearts, one podcast at a time.
Absolutely.
No, it's an amazing project. I simply love it. It's very, very nice. And both of you are amazing hosts.
Oh, well, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
We appreciate that.
It wouldn't be possible without incredible guests. So I think on that note, we will say goodnight and we will say we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank
Be
you.
kind to
Bye-bye.
yourself.